Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Supermarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning and an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today, my friend?
I am doing good. I feel like I've had an entire day already. I don't know what happened, but my wife and I both woke up at like 5 this morning, and we're like, why are we awake? What's happening? And we were awake. So she went off to work early.
That is
and I
early
got
for you,
busy
Peter. Huh?
It's a little earlier than normal, and so yeah, I've been very productive. I got lots of stuff done here around the house, but yeah, now it's like trading. It feels like it's like I'm living in a different time zone, and it's mid-afternoon or something. A little weird, but here we are for a Friday.
Yep.
Another Friday. Time keeps flying.
Absolutely. That is my normal wake-up time, 5 a.m. To get the kids get up before they get up so I can get everything done that I need to and get the house rocking and rolling. So, but yeah, that's early. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are doing very well over on YouTube and also in our chat. And let's jump right in. Let's look at our gappers list. Obviously, the big elephant in the room is going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin hanging around 98,000. And I'm looking forward to this weekend if it's going to hit that 100K. So that'll be exciting. They tend to do really good moves during the weekend. So we're looking forward to that. And again, these stocks have been so explosive. Yesterday, they were just on fire in a bad way. Some really, really big sell-offs on MSTR, on Coin. I mean, the sell-offs were outrageous on how bad these things were dropping. It was fun.
I thought when you said the big elephant in the room, you were going to talk about MSTR, but I guess it's a slightly smaller elephant than it was, a day ago. So yeah, it dropped a lot. I mean, what was yesterday's price range? $150. Like, woo! It's been a while since we've seen a big popular stock like that move with that much energy. I mean, maybe it was even more. 100. What was the range yesterday? $170. It was, anyways, whatever it was absolutely insane. So from high to low, yeah, 100 and oh my god, yeah, $170. Nuts. Anyways, MSTR, it's good trading though. As long as you can handle the risk, then off you go. Carlos, like you said, Bitcoin continues. Like we've been talking about it, 100,000. It's right there. In fact, overnight, technically, it actually went over 100,000. So it was sometime around 2 a.m., 2:30 in the morning. It hit $100,005. So somebody bought some Bitcoin at $100,005. So that's, of course, they may not have known it, right? Because who knows? That person could have bought, 0.0000002% of a Bitcoin. But that's the price they paid. Somebody paid it. Let's see if we can get back there, more generally. It should be fun. It's moving.
Carlos, you're on mute.
I've lost Carlos.
Oh, sorry about that. Our gap down is it's made up of a lot of the Bitcoin stuff this morning, but yeah, we'll look into that. We'll get into some earnings this morning. We'll look at what's happening. We'll get into all this stuff. But before we do that, Peter, what is happening for this Friday on our U.S. economic calendar?
Pretty quiet on the calendar. At 9:45 this morning, we have the S&P U.S. Services and Manufacturing PMI numbers that are coming out. Not big market moving type things. At 10 a.m., we've got the Michigan Consumer Sentiment. Again, not a big market mover. And really, that's it. There's a Fed speaker that speaks. She speaks after the close, sometime around 6 o'clock tonight. So basically nothing. Basically, there's nothing. So we're just going to be relying on whatever's moving in the market. That's typical for a Friday, right? We don't often get big financial announcements here on the economic calendar. So on Fridays, so it's just going to be a quiet day. Let's hope that we get some good trading, though. I'm pumped. I've been up forever. I'm ready to go. I want to rock and roll.
There you go. Friends, let's get right to it. Gappers list this morning. Just looking at this one, just got going. JTAI, and I mean, wow, up 56%. Was hanging out just a few minutes ago at 608, and now it's at 975. That's the high, 990. So it is rocking. Not sure what the news is. Just got going this morning. We'll put it here in our risky pile. Obviously, the float on this bad boy is 68,000. Wow. Okay. We'll figure out what company this is and if they're actually a real company. But JTAI actually rocking right now. We'll get into all of that. Peter, do you have anything on them yet? I know they just got into our gappers list.
Yeah. So the announcement here was that Jet AI, appropriately named, is a private aviation and artificial intelligence company. Interesting combination. They announced that Mr. Andrew Aziz just bought three. No, wait a second. No, I got that wrong. No, he did buy 3 airplanes. Sorry. Jet AI just bought 3 airplanes from Textron Aviation. I'm just creating rumors now. I would love Andrew to have a private jet, but that's not what's happening. Anyways, Jet AI announced a fleet purchase with them, so they've got 3 Cessna Citations that they're buying. Now, what are they going to do with these Cessna Citations? They are trying to create some fractional jet ownership plans. How does this relate to AI? I honestly have no idea. It sounds like a pretty typical, executive jet fractional ownership program that they're creating. And 3 jets doesn't sound like much, Chris. I would agree, but we have to keep in mind the size of this stock, right? We're talking about a stock that's only got a $5 million market cap, and has about 20 million shares in their float. So, it's going to move. It's going to move this type of stock. So, hey, look, will it continue? Don't know. We got 1 million shares that have traded over the last 15, 20 minutes. So, if you're interested right now, maybe the time, and it may be the only time to trade JTAI.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I like it here as far as the low flow that is in play. But again, I won't be trading this. It will be entertainment purposes for me alone. I see the news here too. 3 Citations, CJ4. Those are nice. Those are real nice. They're not a golf stream, but they're nice. All right, let's see the next one here. ESTC. Up 25% this morning, 319,000 shares traded. I mean, this looks just scary as far as the daily goes. Very light volume. But it got going last night, Peter. Must have some kind of news out last night. And today they're kind of seeing the gap up from that. But again, I'm just concerned we're not going to get great activity or great volume out of this one, even with this beautiful gap up of 25% this morning.
Yeah, it looks like they had earnings. It was not something I was following, I have to admit, but they're up quite significantly on strong earnings. Again, keep in mind the relative size of this company. I mean, it's much bigger than what we were just talking about as a software services company. But I don't know. Have we ever seen these guys to trade before, Carlos? Elastic.
I cannot recall the name at all, man.
No, they don't sound familiar.
They're not a low flow.
So, no, they're not. I thought they were going to be when I looked it up, but I mean, I was surprised to see a $9 billion market cap on these guys, and and I said not a low float, but 85 million shares available out there. But the price action is not looking good.
Yeah, it's not looking great right now. And again, will they be in play? Can they drop back down to 100 and give you a $17 move? Absolutely. How well that's going to happen? That's the challenge, right? How clean is that going to happen? Are you going to get your signals of your trade book to be able to take advantage of it? Is the challenge here. So, I won't be watching that one. But if someone's watching it, call it out to us. We'll love to see how that plays out today. All right, let's talk about gapping up this morning, 20%. We know the stock very well. They show up here 4 times a year, Peter, I believe, when there's earnings.
Yep.
What's the latest and greatest with them?
Yep. They had earnings after the close yesterday. Good numbers all around. We don't often see that from the Gap, but I'm sort of surprised they're still out there, I have to admit. Am I just out of, Gap was super big a while ago. I feel that it's not cool. I don't know. Is
I
the
still
Gap
go
cool
there,
these
man.
days?
They make good. Yeah, they make great stuff for kids. So I get all my kids stuff there. There in the children
Hmm.
place is pretty good. And
Okay.
yeah, but I still get
All
kids
right.
stuff there, especially dress shirts. Yeah.
All right. I guess they do own a bunch of brands, like they own Old Navy and things like that. So I suppose they're still in play. Anyways, they had good earnings, beat their numbers both on revenue and on bottom line earnings, and they raised their sales guidance for the balance of the year. So good news. They're jumping. I don't know. I can't remember if I've followed them or not. A NYSE stock. We got less than 1 million shares. It's not warming the cockles of my heart at the moment. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, man. It doesn't trade very well. It'll still be in play and I mean I wanted to trade well, but it doesn't. I'll have it on my secondary list because the gap up is pretty significant this morning. 20%, decent volume for what they normally get. Again, just don't trade a whole lot. Let's see what it does. But again, I don't have my hopes are not high for this one at all. Let's take a look at the next one. It's going to be RCAT. So Red Cat Holdings. I think we've been seeing, yeah, we saw this quite a few times in the last 2-3 weeks. Today they're up again, 11%. Now, I think we might have watched it one day because I have levels here, and we only would do that if we were watching the stock. So looks like we did watch it once, but I definitely did not trade it because I would remember that. And I'm looking at the intraday from yesterday. Man, that is a horrible, brutal start. It's garbage truck for that. And then it's the day before that. A little bit better, but still not great. So it looks like it's a tough stock to trade, Peter. I even forgot what the news was. Is gapping this up and continuing to run over the last couple of days. Is it anything to do with Bitcoin? Maybe I'm not sure. Do you remember?
no, this is they were selected by the U.S. military to be a drone supplier for them. So that's my understanding.
Okay.
This is
All
Red
right.
Cat
There you go.
Holdings. So yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know how well that's going to trade. And some of the history that shows here is not looking all that clean. So we'll skip on this one. All right, SoundHound, we know very well today. They got a very active pre-market activity, up 6.7.3 million shares traded here this morning. Yeah, they got some action here. I'm not sure if it's behind any news or just overall movement today, but it looks a little more aggressive than usual on it, Peter.
I don't know. They've got an AI offering that's they've issued a press release yesterday morning. The claims productivity increases for their clients, but I mean, doesn't all AI say so? So I'm not sure. I don't see much on this that makes me want to trade it over so many of the other ones that are out there.
Yeah. We'll skip on to the next one. This was a lot more fun, and looking forward to having this one on my list. Is SMCI. Again, having a real nice bounce, guys. If you look at the previous low here, 17, we'll call it 1720. But look at the bounce they got over the last 2 weeks, trying to get towards this gap, right? If you guys remember this thing gap down, the news was so bad that it's just continued to drop further and further. And now we're getting close to actually the bottom of the gap that we had, right? So if that's how you want to call it here, so that's looking interesting. Good volume, 4.4 million shares traded. And what I like about SMCI is that it can actually trade very well. Like we've seen some really great clean trading out of it. I've taken a couple of trades on this in the last 2-3 weeks. Actually, more than that because it started back in November. It traded a little bit crappy here, so we didn't look at it as much. And then it's back in play over the last 2 weeks. So I like this one, Peter. Your thoughts on it today?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at how much it stabilized yesterday and moved up. I didn't think it was going to be able to achieve and hold that $30 price, but it did. It did quite handily. So we're moving up. This is, of course, on the renewed enthusiasm after the appointment of a new auditor. BDO is taken over as the auditor, and they submitted to the SEC a revised plan that's going to allow them to get their financial statements out soon, and it looks like they've successfully avoided delisting in the short term anyways. So yeah, that's got the stock moving, and it's been in play. I mean, there's been constant volume. If you just look at the relative trading volume that we've had over the last I was going to say couple of days, but really the last couple of weeks compared to its previous trading volume, yeah, we've seen significant growth here. So continues to be in play. Why not? I mean, it's less. I never thought I'd say that. It's less crazy than MSTR, for example.
Yeah, it sure is. I like this one on my list. First one that looks great so far that I'm going to add to my primary list. Going down our gap going down our gap up list. The next is going to be QUBT, and this is up 6.2. Yeah, 6.2, 7.1 million shares traded. Hard to borrow, not a low flow. It's sitting at 74 million. It is a lower price stock. I don't think we've seen this before, and I know we haven't, even with all the moves that we have here, because it's under $5, right? So my scanners here are blocking anything under $5. Usually the 5-minute ORB for stocks under $5 is not great. So seeing it for the first time, Peter, obviously in play, starting back middle of the month, looks like, and continuing it into today. I don't think we know what's going on with this one. Anything on it?
I mean, they do have news of a second purchase order from one of their best customers, the University of Texas in Austin. This is quite a directly named company, right? Quantum Computing Inc. So Quantum Computing Inc. has confirmed a purchase order of I'll try and get this right, their thin film lithium neobate photonic chip foundry. So there you go. The TFLN, of course, as it's known by people in the know, which is not me. So anyways, it's good news for them. They don't actually disclose the size of the contract, but that's what's got it moving. I don't think this is tradable.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. All right, we'll do this. Well, actually, no, I want to look at Piton. Let's look at Piton. Piton is on here. Man, $9. What was let's look at the weekly on this. So yeah, this is what I remember. I remember the fun we had back in 2020. This was a lot of fun, guys, right? 160, all that good stuff. I don't remember it being that high, 160. It was, I don't remember that. And then here, right, the drop just fell apart. They couldn't get bought out. I remember they're trying to get bought out, or they're trying to combine with iPhone. I forget. It was another company we're trying to merge with. That didn't work. And they just
their sales fell.
Sales
went to almost zero overnight, and it was bad times for Peloton.
Yeah, not fun. Great product. They can't figure out the service and how to sell these things profitably. Peter, what they got going on today? Anything at all, or it's just a little move up, making a lot of noise?
I've been seeing some of their ads. I know they're advertising more because they're on TV when I'm watching the hockey game. They're advertising like their treadmill and full fitness programs, and they're trying to make that transition from just being a bicycle, stationary bike trainer to a full exercise outfit, which makes sense, right? It's a natural evolution. That being said, I don't see any news today on Peloton and why they're moving. I don't know. Maybe Andrew Wood bought some of their clothing. Weren't they supposed to be getting into athletic clothing as well? I don't remember. But that's right. Reagan has reminded me. They also, when Mr. Big died on one in the Sex and the City episode. There was another show where somebody had a heart attack on a stationary bike too, wasn't there? Okay, it was like a political drama.
I remember Mr. Big. I remember that, hearing that, and then there was another commercial that didn't go too well. I forgot the commercial
that's true. There was a Christmas ad that they had held that was it was well intentioned, but it was basically it could have easily, unfortunately, it lent itself to be misinterpretation, where the husband was telling her wife that she was too fat and to get on the bike and cycle it off. And of course, this is a thin, gorgeous young woman, so that was the one that Ryan Reynolds made that immediate play where he recast her in a gin ad for Aviation Gin, where she's basically. It looks like she's now divorced and sort of talking with her girlfriends. Awesome. Like one of the best marketing plays I've ever seen. So anyways, did not help Peloton though. So.
Oh yeah. That's not going to help you. Oh man. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. We'll stop here, friends. Let's take a look at Peter, what you like on your end as far as gapping up, or any earnings that are gapping up that we haven't looked at yet.
The only we already talked about the gap, which I was going to be all punny about, but the moment's passed. Ross Stores is the only other one I was tracking. ROST. Again, not a big trader. I don't expect this to give much opportunity. Very low volume this morning, but they had earnings, missed on revenue, beat on earnings, a little bit of a mixed picture, and are doing not much this morning. I mean, they do have a gap up. Like, don't get me wrong, they're gapping up about $10, but it's only on 36,000 share volume. So this typically doesn't trade a lot of volume during the day. So yeah, I'm gonna pass on it. But thought I'd mention it in case anyone wanted to see. Other than that, Carlos, that's it. Well, that was it for earnings. Our semiconductor space is a little bit of a mixed picture. My good buddy AMD is barely green. It just went green a couple of seconds ago. And a lot of the rest, NVIDIA, for example, is red. So, yeah, I'm not sure what is going to happen in the sector today, but I'll eagerly watch. Tesla is actually green at the moment anyways. So it's been up there for the last 2 hours or so, as it's been trading around $340. Tesla continues to be one of my favorites, just because I don't know why. I like the way it moves. But yeah, other than that, fairly quiet though. I mean, if you look at the market overall, we're going to have to talk gap down because there's a lot more red than there is green this morning. But it's all like by not much, right? Like the markets, the Magnificent Seven, they're all like just hanging around break even is really what the tail is.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Leading the gap down list today is going to be Zeta. Zeta is down 9%. I mean, this stock has been very, very active, all of November. They're down 8.8 here. It looks like a big drop starting this morning with some volume, 1.2 million shares traded. I have not really considered this on my watch list, right? But it looks like yesterday, let's take a quick look. It might have traded well without looking at the price action, right? Live, it might have traded well here for a bit of a drop, but for the most part, it seems to be pretty choppy. Like, look at the rest of the hours here; they're not great. Besides that initial drop. So, Peter, what's going on today, man? This 21 all the way down to 1860, just struggling.
Yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything new on the company. If you remember 2 days ago, we were talking about there's a fair amount of insider buying where a lot of the board and their senior management were buying stock, showing their confidence in the company and the stock price. Other than that, I do see, I just never know what weight to put into these. I do see a note here that Wolf, I don't even know, a law firm is announcing an investigation against Zeta for potential violations of security laws. Remember what I was saying earlier, that did they buy in advance of news? Because it was like they all sort of had this pact that they were buying together. Now this law firm's, look, this seems to happen in the US all the time, right? A stock moves unusually, there's a bunch of buying or selling, and some law firm decides they're going to investigate them for violations. I never hear any outcomes for these cases. Like, they either, I don't know if they just go away, they get settled out of court. I don't know what happens. I have to admit, every time I hear that there's a law firm chasing a company for this, they feel like an ambulance chaser to me. So maybe there's something behind this. I have no idea. That probably led to the drop. Whether it holds or not, I don't know. I haven't traded Zeta this week. I'm probably not going to trade it now.
Same here. Again, it's in play, guys. Obviously, some noise happening today. I don't know. I think there's better things out there. Although right now, not a whole lot on the list so far. We'll keep going here. Here's Reddick, the company that has actually done very, very well since they IPO'd, man. Not many companies do this, right? You saw Coin IPO dropped all the way down, finally getting above to those IPO prices. And that's normally what you see. Most times you IPO and you just stay below the price. But this one, man, it's rocking in a very short period of time. I mean, they're not even out a year yet. And look at that. They IPO'd around, what is this, 47? They're hanging out 145 this morning. So pretty nice. Intradating, though, I have not had a lot of touches on this intraday wise. So, Peter, what's your take on it, and what's driving them today?
The company has announced that it's a lot of the shares that it's holding, it's looking to sell. So I should, well, I guess one of their big early buyers or holders is Advance Magazine Publishers, which is they have a significant ownership in it. I guess they're not. I'm not sure if they're a voting member. I assume that they were a voting member, but maybe they're not. I don't know. Anyways, they were holding about a third of the company, and they've announced plans to sell about $1.2 billion worth of it. So that type of flood of shares into the market, as well as a major shareholder deciding to get out, is a matter of concern. So that's probably why we're seeing, well, not most certainly why we're seeing it gap down today. Will this put it in play? Probably not. I mean, they say that they're planning to oh my God, I can't speak. Sell their shares between $145.38 and $148.54. That's very specific. I mean, okay, so they're the current price is in the price range at which they plan to sell, but they're not getting this Advance magazine, by the way, they're not getting out of their position altogether. They're just lightening their position, which, Carlos, as you point out, right, being an early investor and having held all this way, I mean, I guess it sort of makes sense, right, that you've got to you got to take some profit at some point, and with their investment having tripled in value, it sort of makes sense to take a little bit off the table. But it's just one of those things that catches people's attention when the announcement is made, because when you're a shareholder of that significance, you have to disclose your intent to sell.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, it's a big move for them over the last couple of weeks, but I just don't know how well they're going to intraday trade today. So I want to watch it just because it's Reddit, not really because I want to trade it, but I want to see what it does. So I'm going to put it here on my secondary list just to see how it plays out today. But I don't expect it to be a great trader either way. So more Bitcoin stuff here this morning, guys. We got BTDR, we got Mara, we have oh, that's it, just these two for now. But they're down slightly this morning. But with those, you got to consider obviously Coin, which is not making the list yet, but it wants to. It's down just 1.9, under 2% will make the list here. But man, what a day yesterday. We talked about it a little bit this morning. If you missed it, I mean, it was just a massive sell-off on a lot of these tickers. MSTR leading the way. I think they lost like $170 just yesterday. So again, still strong. Like if you look at October, November, I mean, this is still a pretty significant move. But when you see a day like this on the daily, you can't help to say, ouch, right? But yeah, pick your favorite tier. MSTR, I put it on a secondary here because it's fun to watch. I'm not touching that thing. I don't have the risk appetite for stocks like that. But Mara and Coin are very good alternatives to trading Bitcoin, the Bitcoin action that we're seeing over the last couple of days. Peter, anything else to add on the Bitcoin stuff here?
No, I'm eagerly awaiting it to spike really over the 100,000. Again, technically, it was over 100,000 very early this morning, so it's been there. But I want to see it get over there and hold. I don't know. I mean, could be today. We've seen movement intraday, but I'm thinking it's really going to happen this weekend. I think we'll be over 100,000 this weekend. We'll see if I'm right or wrong or not. But yeah, today may be quieter.
Yeah, it's Friday. It's tough to get things really rolling on a Friday into the weekend. It was funny. Somebody in chat was asking, if I had to trade 4 days a week, which day would I take off from trading? Definitely Friday, 100% Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. Things get. It's probably the hardest day to trade. Do you agree with that, Peter? As far as the week goes.
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So yeah, pick your favorite guys. I got Coin, I got Mara here, and we'll see what it does. Like you mentioned, now it's the time to do it. If they don't do it now, man, that's gonna be a shame there. All right, let's take a look at Chinese tickers are here. We got XBEV, we got Futu, we got Baidu, and we have Baba as well. So again, all down this morning. Baba down 2.2, Baidu 2.9, almost 3% there, and FUTU down 4.7. So any news overall China stuff not doing too hot today?
Not that I saw. I wasn't tracking any Chinese news here. Remember, Futu was the one that had earnings. Was it yesterday or the day before? I remember talking about them. It was earlier this week at some point. Because I remember, I love saying FUTU. Oh, that was Tuesday. There you go. See, that's what my notes come in handy. But yeah, I haven't seen really any news since then. So I don't think there's much going on.
Yeah, not much happening there. And again, if I'm going to watch any of these, it'll be Baba. They got 1.1 million shares traded. They're down 2.2. You know what? I'll throw them on a secondary in case something comes out of that. But a lot of stuff in the secondary would even be here. But it's such a start to the day right now. As you're seeing it here, only three tickers on my list: SMCI, Mara, and Coins. So we'll stop here. Peter, what do you like this morning? I know you mentioned Tesla, right? I'm probably going to add that to my list. What else is on your list that you like, or any gap down stuff that we haven't covered yet?
Well, I just touched earlier on Nvidia and AMD. They're on my list always these days because I just like the way they move. So I'll be watching them. Like I said, Tesla's just been something good to keep an eye on. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I think we didn't really, we sort of glossed over MSTR. We just talked about it like a crazy stock, but I'm interested to see what it's going to do today. Like, I'm going to watch it just because I'm afraid of being left out if I don't. But now that it's just
Yeah.
sitting just below 400, it's in that $400 range compared to the $550 range that it sort of opened at yesterday. I think it's just going to be a little more stable for the next little while, but I don't know. I mean, we know it's got in it to make big moves. I mean, look at just this morning alone, right? It's moved $20 over the last hour. So yeah, I think you sort of just got to keep an eye on it. I feel like I'll, don't want to have FOMO. I feel like I'm missing out. So, but yeah, I think it's just going to settle around here. Other than that, Carlos, I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to have to keep an eye on the scanners. We'll see what it brings up. Something fun is going to happen. I'm sure of it. I just don't know where that fun will happen.
Yeah, same here. Let's take a look at what you guys like this morning. Looking over in our chat, Will is trading JTAI, and he's taken a couple of parcels already, man. You are a brave
We
man.
talked about that one
But
earlier.
yeah, yeah, JTAI here rocking. It is in play today. It's a risky 68,000 shares. It's the flow that I'm seeing here. So again, guys, I can't stress how careful you have to be on this one. Hard to borrow, you can short it. Usually, typically, what happens with these lower flow stocks, but this one high flying up 58%. Volume keeps pouring in because they bought
So
for three jets, right?
they bought 3 jets, added to their existing fleet of 4 jets, so it almost doubles their inventory. Again,
Okay.
reading a little bit more about the company over the last couple of minutes, they say how they've got 2 completely separate divisions. They've got the jet leasing and fractional ownership side, and they've got the software side. So they're jet and AI, and they're 2 different parts of the company. I'm just I'd be worried about when they decide to marry those 2 up. Surely they've got to believe there's some synergy there. So if I ever get on my fractional private jet and there's no pilot, and they say, "Don't worry, our experimental AI software will get you there," I'm getting off. You guys know how I feel about this stuff, but I'm not willing to be a guinea pig in that. Now, I'm not saying that's their model. They say they're 2 completely different divisions, but you got to think eventually they're going to want to try and do something, mix those up. I don't know. Anyways, good luck. If you own part of a Jet AI fractional ownership, I'm sure it's all fine. Let me know how it goes. Send me pictures.
Yep. Absolutely. Right. Sorry, I was blocking a clown here on YouTube. All right, let's see here. What else, friends? What else we have? Let's take a look over on our chat. RKLB. What's that? Is that Rocket Labs? RKLB. It
Yeah,
is Rocket
Rocket
Lab.
Lab.
All right, so these guys are up
Yeah.
1 million shares trade. They were in play. I remember just about 2 weeks ago, we had a nice gap up on them. Yesterday, they did well. Look at the breakout towards the most recent highs. Today, they're looking to continue that. I mean, it's in play. I agree 100%. It is not the easiest stock to trade, although they had a great day yesterday. Look at this beautiful breakout here on Rocket Lab. I don't typically like the way they move here. Peter, I'm not going to have them on my list. What's your thoughts on them, Rocket Lab, this morning?
I don't know. I mean, I don't see any reason for them to be in play. I was just checking the news here. I mean, there was an insider, or one of their directors, that was selling some shares. It seemed to have made some headlines, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, you never know why. And if an individual insider sells, I mean, again, it could be that they're forced to sell. It could be they've got a need for the cash, or they've decided they're just, they're focusing elsewhere. If a whole bunch of insiders sell, then you'd be concerned about the company. So in this case, I don't think there's any reason for concern. Everybody's, seems to be generally pretty enthusiastic about the future of Rocket Labs. But does it mean it's tradable for us? I don't see any indication that it's going to attract a whole lot of interest and get the type of volume that I need to make it a good trading stock. I mean, looking at yesterday, it made some moves, but just looking at the way it moved doesn't make me that enthusiastic.
Yeah, same here. Let's take a look at Snow. Then we'll head over to our YouTube chat, see what you guys like there. Snow this morning had a big day. Yesterday did hell. But man, I was watching this one. I had it on my list because I'm like, today's the day where they're going to trade. Well, I'm going to take an opportunity here. If you were watching the price action closely, it was so scary. I mean, it was up and down. At one point, I was talking to one of the members in the chat, and it went from like 163 to 167 and then right back down to 164. These are $3-4 moves. I'm like, no, you can't touch this. This is not tradable. You get in on the wrong spot and your timing is off, you're going to be so behind the 8 ball there. You just couldn't trade it. So yeah, right now, but the price action was just brutal. So and the spread was still okay, but the moves were just ridiculous. So not tradable. I expect today, yesterday was their best day to trade. Today's probably going to be worse as volume kind of dies down. So I won't be watching it. Go ahead, Peter.
We need a new graphic. You just made me think. That's maybe I'm dating myself, but you just said you can't touch that. We need a little MC Hammer that can like dance across the screen for us.
Can't touch
this.
That's awesome.
his old awesome. Parachute pants. Get him dancing across.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll see what I can do.
Good times. Good times, Brad. Make it happen.
Of course, you know what? It could be that half our viewers don't know who MC Hammer is, so maybe
that's probably true.
It's not exactly culturally relevant these days, but for some of my age, it's hilarious. So, anyways,
yeah, that's awesome.
But half do know.
To our YouTube.
The half that know will love it.
Yep, 100%. All right, let's take a look in our YouTube chat. All right, what do we have? I don't see no tickets, but some good conversations. We're talking about planes and no tickets on our YouTube chat, but the conversation is hot in here. Yes, I agree with you guys. Yes, they're talking about autopilots on planes. Yes, autopilot's been going on forever. These planes land themselves. It's just crazy. But passengers, some passengers don't know that. But yeah, the technology is wild. But now we want to call it AI and make some more money of it, right? From it. So that's for sure. Let's do that.
And I get that. Absolutely,
Peter,
right? Like
Peter, you mentioned this before. Like you said, well, this company already did that, but now they're calling it AI. It was a tech company, and you explained it perfectly. It's like this has been going on forever, but now they repackaged it and put an AI bow on it, and now you think it's something new. Yeah.
I worked in IT for long enough that I remember, you go through all these phases, right? Big data was a thing at one point, right? Everybody. So you basically just took it and say, look, I got all this garbage sitting on files over here. Now I'm going to call it big data. And anyways, we go through these, you go through these phases, right? So AI is all the buzz. There's real AI work. Don't get me wrong. Just like there was real big data work. But I've got to say, most of the companies I was involved with, that wasn't the real work. It was just putting a label on some stuff and pretending it's AI. Like, look at how many things that you've got out there, right? They're calling it AI powered, and you're like, oddly, it doesn't seem any smarter than when I was using it yesterday, but now it's AI. Right. So, but anyways, to everybody's point, you're right. Like the autopilot has been out there, especially in the jets, like the big planes. I mean, the pilots can't fly them alone, right? They absolutely need computer assist, especially the massive jets out there, the Dreamliners and the big Boeing ones. I mean, it's just too complex, right, to land it without the computer assist. That being said, I don't know. I just feel better knowing that there's a pilot up front who's got his life on the line, just like mine. So if I'm in a plane and there's nobody with their life on the line,
some skin in the game.
That's what I want. I want skin in the game. I don't find that unreasonable, right?
That's why,
because I just picked.
You need the AI to feel things.
Feel things. I don't know that that's the same, because the AI can just say, looks like we're crashing, I'm downloading myself to my safe server on the ground. I can't do that. So
Reboot.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I just want to know that there's a pilot, even if he's not in complete control. It could be a placebo for me. That's okay. I'll take it. It just makes me feel better knowing there's someone who, if we're going down, at least there's someone in the front holding the controls, screaming. I don't know why that makes me feel better. All right. Anyways, let's
I don't
get
know how
back
that's
to
going to help, but
trading.
yeah.
I don't know
All
how
right,
it
back-
helps either, but for whatever reason, yeah, that makes me feel better.
Oh, awesome.
I guess I picture
All right,
every
over-
pilot is like Sully. Wasn't Sully? He was the guy that flew the plane into the
He landed in the
into
Hudson. Yeah.
landed in the Hudson, right? I guess that's what I picture. I picture there's someone up there that qualified who can like do that and hopefully save my life up there. But you know,
Oh, yeah.
anyways,
Only,
I also like
only
to
a
think I
pilot
live
can
in an
actually do
action
that.
movie.
Or Denzel Washington
Yeah,
in Flight. Great movie.
Yeah, and he was drunk at the time.
Yeah.
He was
But anyway,
hammered.
yeah. But anyway, all right, guys,
man,
we're getting off topic.
man,
We got to get back into characters.
Yeah,
Andrew
we
would
are.
say.
Let's get back into the business here. Maybe think about talking about movies and stuff, and this is just hot garbage. Nothing happening here. All right, we'll leave that alone. All right, friends. We covered a few things. Not a whole lot happening as far as the tickers, but the ones we do have are nice. SMCI. I got Matter. I got Coin. Obviously, Bitcoin's the big ticket in town today, friends, and also into the weekend. So we'll see how that plays out as we get the day rolling here. MSTR is on fire, not in a good way, but I have it on a secondary just because it's difficult to trade. It is the risk that you have to take on this thing at times might not be worth the reward. So just be very careful if you are going to be trading that one. Peter, take us through what is happening for next week here in our community.
You bet. I'd be happy to do so. We've got, as usual, a whole lineup of activities. So if this is your first time through, pay attention intently. If it's not, pay attention intently. Anyways, next week we've got our onboarding classes. We've got 2 of them that happen on Monday. Every Monday we got Brendan, who leads off with our DAS Trader Pro series that helps you understand how to manage and configure it. Not always easy. We had a member in the room this morning that said, "Hey, my first time up on DAS, my charts were looking all squished. How do how the heck do I fix that?" There's a fix for that, right? And if you've been around, everybody knows that. You got to uncheck the box. But anyways, that's why you get help. And this session at Mondays at noon, will help you with that. Then Carlos does his onboarding class Monday at 8 p.m. It's great for new members or those who just want to get a refresher on all that you can get out of your Bearbolt membership. And there's a lot to get out of it. We do so much in the community with all of the webinars that I'm just about to talk about. Plus, of course, our library, our inventory of stuff, the live trading, and dad jokes that can't be beat. We've got the best dad jokes in a trading environment in the entire web. I will stake my reputation on that. All right, Tuesdays, we've got our strategy and trade book webinars next Tuesday. It's another early one, so keep that in mind. Normally they're at 8 p.m. Next Tuesday is going to be at 5 p.m. Eamon is leading that one. He's going to talk about how to trade using a multi-time frame perspective. So that should be a great session. Again, it's 1 hour after the market close on Tuesday. The Tuesday after that, we're into December, and John is going to be leading that one December 3rd on how he trades his signature high of day break strategy. You'd think it's just break the high of day, trade it. There's a lot more to it than that, and it takes a while to perfect it. When do you buy? When don't you buy? When do you know if it's good or not? He'll talk about the rules that he set up over a couple of years of building the expertise. So that'll be December 3rd at 8 p.m. Wednesday sessions are all about psychology. And now, next Wednesday, I was going to mention this later, but it's a good time now. We have, of course, holiday, and we're going to take a little bit of break in the chat room, okay? So Wednesday is a normal trading day. All right. But we're not going to have the evening psychology webinar next Wednesday because everybody who's in the US is going to be probably traveling or cooking something or drinking. Yeah, I guess there's that too. So next Wednesday is, again, normal trading day. which means we're going to have, our plan is to do the Wednesday bookmap webinar, which is at noon with Nathan. That'll be happening, but we will not have our Wednesday evening psychology webinar because the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday is on Thursday, which brings us to our normal mentorship sessions on Thursday. This is what we would normally have. Next week, there will be no mentorship sessions. The room is closed. The markets are closed. Everything is closed. Okay, so just remember that. I know we always get people that are logging in Thursday morning. If you're not in the US and you're like, where is everybody? What's happening? I don't understand. It's because it's a holiday. So plan your week accordingly. Thursday, the markets are closed all day. And Friday, the markets actually close at 1 o'clock. Again, not today, but next Friday, the markets will close at 1 p.m. So it's a half day Friday, full day closure on Thursday. Keep that in mind for your next week trading and whatever you plan to do. All right. If you want to join us in the chat room, of course, we'd love to have you. We've got a lot of membership options here for you. Go to bearbulletraders.com and you can find them. Our Diamond Elite Annual membership is still happening, so go check it out. You can get that great deal while it lasts. Okay, let's throw it back to Carlos. We'll set levels on the things that we've identified. Like we said, a little quiet today, but that's okay. I know that there's still things to trade. I'm sure we'll find our opportunity out there in the market, and I will let you know which things our moderators are going to be watching as we head towards this open.
Absolutely, Franz. Let's jump in here on the first one, SMCI. Towards the top high of the pre-market at the moment, we're sitting at 31.95, so we'll slam a level there. And then towards the bottom, you're pretty much set highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. This thing continues to climb higher after being down as low as 17.14 looks like, and making its way up here. Above that, in case we do get going, we're going to have a level at 34.94 and then all the way up here at 38.01. So again, has been trading very well. The intraday action has been really nice on this one, and you're getting tons of volume. Like right now, 7 million shares traded at the moment. While it's up 4%. So that's one of my favorites for today. Let's take a look at Mara. Mara right now is just kind of stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. So not all that exciting. 23.19 is the low of the pre-market. The high is going to be over at 24.96. If you want to see something more exciting, look at MSTR. That's going to be in play, but again, just be careful on that one. That's on my secondary list. Another Bitcoin play that it's much better than Mara. Sometimes it's going to be Coin. They're moving a lot better. They had a nice sell-off yesterday. Today, they only have 652,000 shares traded, but I expect that to pick up depending how Bitcoin moves this morning. So towards the bottom, you got a great area of support here, by the way. Look at this. That's a nice daily support you have going on there. We're just testing that here in our pre-market low. If we were to fall below that, we're looking at 276.39, and then all the way down here, the next big level at 259.07. Towards the top, you do have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, so you don't need to really add anything else. Let's head over to Tesla. Look at Tesla getting into a nice little range here. Well, not that little, but this we'll call this 347 all the way down to 331. So again, just kind of doing a little of a ping pong action here back and forth. But it's a great trader. They got some value, 1.3 million shares traded. Not as high as we're used to seeing out of Tesla, but they're just so fun to watch, and opportunities can come at any point when it comes to Tesla. So right now, highs and lows of the pre-market, the high 341.96, the low at 337.52, and then you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, which is covering the big picture, with just that range you kind of been talking about. So very interesting there on the daily. Went from some really big moves to kind of narrowing things down a little bit. So we'll see what Tesla does today. All right, that is my list. Let's see what our moderators are looking at this morning, and we'll get this Friday rocking and rolling with Andrew and Brian trading live in a few minutes here.
Indeed, we shall. All right, on our list, Lenny has been tightening his list recently. So he's only got 3 things today, watching NVIDIA, SMCI, and Dell, not one that we talked about. I don't see a lot of movement on Dell so far, but he's got something that he likes, and he's going to be taking a look at it. Eamon's looking for a potential long on mRNA. Thor's watching the Magnificent Seven, as well as a couple of his, specialties there. Avi's watching. Now he's calling them the 7 secret tickers. I assume it's still the Magnificent 7 and AMD. Brian's going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Reddit, and Snow. Pierre's going to be watching SMCI, Coin, Tesla, and NVIDIA. I've got no IPOs. to tell you about today. I thought there was going to be a couple, but so far it doesn't look like they're opening. So that's going to be also quiet. Andrew's going to be watching quite a few things here with SMCI, Rocket Labs, MSTR, NVIDIA, Tesla, Peloton, all the above, right? And then I'll be watching my usual three with AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla, and keep an eye on MSTR, SMCI, and Coin. So whatever you've chosen to watch, you just make sure that you stay focused, make sure you stay smart in your trading. I don't want you going crazy on a Friday, right? If there's nothing, there's nothing. Don't worry, there'll be more trading next week. Although, like we mentioned, a little less trading than there is in a normal week. So just as a reminder, again, we got normal trading today, normal trading through the first half of next week. Thursday, though, the markets are closed, and Friday, the markets are only open a half day. They close at 1 p.m. So it's definitely going to be a quiet end of the week for all of those in the U.S. and celebrating Thanksgiving. Well, it probably won't be quiet for you. You're going to be very busy with family and everything else, but that's good. It's always good to take a little break from trading. For those of us outside of the U.S., don't worry, I'll find something to do, but it won't be trading. All right.
Yeah.
What a day. I'm feeling like super energized,
Peter,
but also like
you're feeling tapped out from 5 a.m.
No, like I'm feeling good, but I feel like a little kid who's heading towards that evening when they're going a little frantic, and like by noon, I'm just going to crash. I'm probably going to need a nap. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah.
I'm not a big napper, but we'll find out. I'll be back for the close though. I'll let you guys know if I decided to nap. Actually, I have to go get some Colombian pesos. I have to find some time to go and do that. Yeah, our big Colombian trip is coming out with some of our members that are joining us. Some of our team and members are joining us in Colombia. It's another one of the special things we do as part of this community. So that should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that. Should be a great, great trip. And that's just one of the many trips that we do. Another big event, if you will, that we're putting on, of course, is our meetup that we're doing, their summit that we're having out in Vancouver in March of 2025. So for those of you that haven't looked at that yet, consider it. It's a great thing to do right at the end of March. It's going to be a fun event, and and we're not only doing our normal sort of trading event, but we're front ending it with a full TEDx webinar that's going to be all about performance and mental resilience. So really looking forward to this summit. I mean, every year we just find something new and something better to put on. So credit to Andrew and especially Mike, who have done a lot of work putting this all together. Of course, we're going to be helping them, but frankly, they always end up doing most of the work. So it's a great session. It's well worth the money, by the way. You don't get more of an intensive, sort of 3-day experience than you're going to get out there in Vancouver. So if you can make the trip and it's of interest to you, by all means, if you got questions, we're here to help and answer them. But it should be awesome. We're back at the same hotel that we were at, the Paradox that we were at last year, and they treated us very well. The room was awesome. The food was good. The facilities were fantastic, and the staff were very, very helpful. So I got nothing to complain about. It was great place. I'm not normally very enthusiastic about hotels, but I did enjoy that one, I have to admit. So it was good.
You did a good job. Yeah,
it was. All right, guys, we're just waiting on Andrew and Brian to join us here. I'm sure they're logging in and getting themselves all fired up for this Friday, and we'll see how it goes. I can't believe you guys are out there trading JTAI. It's not looking that great to me, but.
We got a couple of people on that.
So I think the fun might be over.
It looked good earlier. Yeah, it's not looking pretty ugly right now. And you can short it with Interactive Brokers. So, careful.
Look at that. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, it's hard to borrow. So, you're right. It's not shortable.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Yeah, good morning. I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Doing awesome, man. Doing awesome.
Yeah. So, Colombia pesos. You got to be careful with those zeros. Because I think
no kidding. I was looking.
Zero.
It's like 3,000 to 1.
Yes, exactly.
So
3,000.
I was looking. I say I'll just get Yeah, it is. I said I'll just get a couple $100 worth, and I looked it up. That's like 500,000 Colombian pesos. It's crazy. I was looking at one of the excursions we're doing because it like I had my heart stop for a second. I looked at the cost of one of the excursions. It was 399,000 pesos. And I'm like, what? Wait a second. What is the conversion rate? Or what is this trip? And I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you just got to be
while you're down there, you'll be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to be careful when you're handing someone something that you think is 10,000. You better make sure you're counting the zeros on the.
You count the zeros. Yeah.
So,
I thought it was bad in Japan.
No, yeah.
You know what? I mean, it's just a relative conversion rate. I mean, things seem to be costing, from what I've seen so far. I mean, a little bit cheaper, but not that much. So
yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. A little bit cheaper, not super cheap, but
let me.
All right, guys. So I see Andrew's ready to go as well. Good morning, Andrew. We'll let you guys to it, guys. Have a great week. We'll be in chat, and we'll see you guys later.
Good morning.
All right.
Thank you, Carlos.
We
are so back, guys. Bitcoin $100,000 hit just I think a few minutes ago. Yeah, a few hours ago. Just that like at around midnight, went up all the way up to 100,000. It actually ticked that. So $100,000 crypto Bitcoin. There are some things going on. MSTR had a massive drop yesterday. As you know, I mean, we were trading it yesterday at the close from $540 all the way up to $380. As you see, there is this daily moving average held. Could be interesting. GTAY is also hitting the scan. This one is a lower float stock. Got to be careful on that. But I like Rocket Lab, RKLB. This one is all-time high. So that could be something. Reddit also is down, huh, Brian? I didn't see Reddit actually. Reddit is also.
Yeah. Well, it had a huge day yesterday. I actually had some in an account, and I sold half of it. I'm not happy that it's down today, but it was up $17 yesterday. So now it's down $12 today. So still up on the trade.
It's a very, very interesting day yesterday. The candlestick on NVIDIA is just very interesting. You know, if you go to the daily chart, you see the candlestick, guys, from 141 to 153. This is one of the very unique candlesticks that you can find. And this is the biggest company in the world. Just look at that. It has this doji. Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, but 150 seems to be a bit of a bugaboo for NVIDIA. Seems to be it got above it yesterday, but couldn't hold on to that 150. So, and we're back down well below 150. We're gonna sell some 150 calls today.
You want to do that? I have actually some 147 calls that I bought yesterday. It's gonna probably I was profitable yesterday, but I didn't take profit. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start on that. So I have NVIDIA calls average 139. Let's see what it's gonna do. Could be tricky.
Could be tricky.
I mean, it's not a bad idea to sell some calls, but this time I definitely protect myself by some protection.
Yeah, so what else is going on? We've got yields are kind of flat this morning. Dollar up a little bit. Chinese stocks all getting in the red, or all in the red. A lot of the Mag 7 stocks are in the red. Netflix, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, just fractionally. Meta, all in the red. Google in the red. Google had a really horrible day yesterday if you were long. If you were a long investor, we were all short. But See what happens again today.
Rocket Lab, RKLB. What is Rocket Lab doing?
I don't know.
Rocket Lab.
There was some talk, I guess, looking at there's a lot of there aren't a lot of ways to play sort of space, if you want to call it that. You've got SpaceX, but you can't invest in that because it's not publicly traded. But I guess maybe Rocket Lab is one of those stocks that you can play for.
Yeah, I don't know what it does.
Space.
All right,
Here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go.
Let's see where the volume is. NVIDIA seems interesting.
Settle out here a bit.
I have some calls at 147. It would be interesting to see what's going to happen. SPY went green. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Also open some strong. MSTR, some volume. SPY and Qs both opened strong now.
Yeah, PLTR is bouncing.
MSTR is setting off. MSTR, short selling restriction active on MSTR. 10 seconds to the first minute. Let's see what's going to happen. What about the Rocket Lab? Rocket Lab sold off. MSTR could be interesting short. Let's see if we can get a better entry. NVIDIA closes a doji again. Weird. Tesla dropped. Yeah, MSTR looks like a short. See if I can get a better entry for it.
Getting spam.
Who's calling you at
already?
6:30 in the morning?
It's like it says spam on it, likely spam.
Like
It's a little early in the morning for that.
or spam? Yeah. What's PLTR doing? PLTR is hitting the scanner. This one was also.
No, PLTR. I'm watching PLTR. Google's going down again, but it's testing. I'm worried it's testing low of day here.
Tesla.
Low of yesterday, I should say.
All right, so let's see what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA is doing some weird stuff. MSTR is coming back to 400. I'm still big. Tesla is going to go red. I think Tesla is probably a short. See, MSTR is popping up at 405. We're going to get a long at 405 on MSTR. This time a smaller size. Make sure that I don't have a big size on it. Again, this is moving pretty weirdly. All right, so that's it. Let's see it popping up. Mania, a little bit more on MSTR.
I took a long on a PLTR, just under 62 on that pullback.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. That's working.
Guys, I added more on the PLTR. Let's see if it can hold above the VWAP. Be careful on MSTR, guys. Share size. It's Tesla is coming back up to getting a long on Tesla 342 as well. Let's see.
Tesla's coming back up. So is Google.
Yeah, I'm on Tesla 342. If Tesla can
selling
continue
some PLTR at 62.56.
I haven't partialed on MSTR yet. Tesla, let's see if Tesla can break up high of the day. It did. Tesla, 343. So I'm partialing some Tesla at R3, 343.42. This MSTR is, let's see if you can get another pop on it or not. Enough dangerous holding this MSTR. Tesla is going to go 344. NVIDIA is going to go green as well.
Yeah, NVIDIA is looking.
Getting a long on NVIDIA, 146.37.
I'm worried about it, NVIDIA, because it's right at PDC. Ooh, Tesla now, harsh pullback.
Oh, shit.
Still, PLTR is still looking good. I'm going to sell some more here at 74. 72.
I'm getting out on
62,
MSTR,
72.
guys. I'm partialing out. NVIDIA is popping up, guys. I'm partialing NVIDIA 146.77. I got to get at one of them. I have three positions, three weird position. Actually, Tesla is coming back up. MSTR, I'm getting out of most of it. I'm a little bit scared of MSTR. I have only 700 shares of MSTR now. That's okay. NVIDIA is popping up 147. I want to get the NVIDIA 147. My calls are going to be probably profitable now.
Depending.
All right. Getting out more on NVIDIA 146.85. Let's see if NVIDIA can show us a big ask at 147. It is 68. Or there you go.
Here we go.
Getting out more on NVIDIA. That's a pretty good day. Let's see what Tesla is doing.
Just snag that through. And just snag that through 147. And now let's see if we can continue to go higher here. Have to get used to. One of my monitors blew up yesterday, so I had to improvise. All
right, so Tesla, my only concern is my biggest position is Tesla. Let's see what's Tesla doing.
My book map isn't in the same place it usually is. Okay, Google's coming back up here.
All right, I'm getting out of MSTR, guys. I'm all out of MSTR. I'm also all out of Tesla. Sorry, not yet. Shit. Yeah, I'm all out of Tesla, guys. Shit, I gave the profit back on Tesla. The market is pulling back.
Just got long.
I got to stop
got long.
MSTR.
I'm long Google.
Right.
Yeah, I'm long Google. Google looks like it wants to go through 166.
I'm flipping my position short on Tesla 340.50. I'm short Tesla. That looks like an engulfing. I got a partial fill on that. Yeah, flip my position short on Tesla. Let's see if short Tesla looks like an engulfing. Let's see if it can go red. Oh shit, NVIDIA is also coming back to my break-even point. I gotta stop down on NVIDIA, guys. Too. The only thing that I have right now is Tesla short. Tesla can go red, although this market is a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Google's back to my break even.
Let's see if NVIDIA, Tesla is losing it for, it's closing like this. NVIDIA is also doing engulfing. A lot of engulfing here everywhere. Rocket Lab is garbage. SMCI. Oh, SMCI. Shit, SMCI. Look at that. Brian, SMCI is the trade of the day.
Is it really rock? I kind of looked at it too, I kind of thought, should have taken it long. I should have watched it anyway.
I'm short Tesla, guys. A fairly big size. Let's see.
I'm short.
I'm short
Tesla as well.
It's a little bit not as weak as I was expecting, but let's see. My average is 340.26. Let me partial sum here to reduce the share size. SMCI. How did I miss SMCI, man? Yeah, SMCI is amazing. SMCI is amazing. All the pullbacks are being bought back out on SMCI.
It's already closed a gap here from the 30th of October, first day down.
NVIDIA turned out to be such a weak drop. See
another
an
level
MSTR
here
doing.
around another level here around 39.
Tesla most
So we
likely is
got
going to
an
stop me out. It looks like it's holding the previous day close, so I'm going to partial a little
yeah.
bit more on that because I don't want to hold a big size on Tesla. It looks like it wants to go down. Nvidia is going down nicely, but all the pullbacks on
So
SMCI are being brought back up. Very strong SMCI.
yeah, still holding a little PLTR. Here we go, 60, 63. Ching, ching,
All right,
ching.
I'm all out of Tesla, guys. I'm all out of Tesla.
Here we go,
I was expecting
63.
it to drop much faster, but it might
Yeah,
go
I played
down,
it
but I
with a
don't want
couple
my
of
entry.
yeah, I played it with a couple of puts, so I'm kind of happy with it turned out.
Wow, that is a really nice trade on the SMCI. How was the trade of the day? I am pretty good for the day. Profitable, but not as much as I was
Still,
expecting. It's only 10 minutes. I feel that I traded like for 2 hours.
I still have a small position in Google as well. Just but I don't know. Looks like it's kind of
SPY
stuck.
gonna go to 595. I'm
I'm
getting a
going to
formal
get out of
trade on
it.
SMCI long 3250.
I'm out
Let's
of it.
see. Oh, it's kind of extended. Yeah, it's not a good trade.
Tesla just went red.
Yeah.
Dang, damn it! What's going on here, Tesla?
Highs hitting highs 595. SPY is going to near the all-time high is at 600, huh?
Yeah, Spy's coming
SMCI,
back
just
up.
SMCI along. Not a good idea actually, because that's super extended. This is just an example of a FOMO trade. Let me get out of it the break even if I can get a chance. Yeah, I'm getting out of SMCI. This one was a FOMO trade. I shouldn't have really jumped. Again, the problem with SMCI now is the risk to reward. It's just, I shouldn't have jumped in there. Maybe the pullback.
MSTR is popping up. Looks like it's getting ready to break out.
Oh yeah, MSTR is interesting. MSTR, what do you think?
It's got a big order.
Yeah, MSTR.
420.
Long MSTR 415 again. Long MSTR 415 again. This one is interesting. Let's get back in there. It's a 5 minutes open range break up. What are we gonna do? Daily chart, nothing.
Look at that bounce on Tesla.
Tesla's coming up too, yeah. Market is strong.
Waiting to see if PLTR can make a break here. Yesterday's high on PLTR is 63.40 ish. Looks like it's kind of stalling here though.
Let's see if SMCI can pop again. MSTR to 420, SMCI, what it wants to do? Long MSTR at 416, but again, it's a very bad entry. These FOMO trades are dangerous.
Okay, damn you, Google. Going up now.
What's Bitcoin doing? 98,000. This MSTR trade was a bad idea. No, SMCI is going to
Google's
go to
got
33. SMCI is
there
going
we
to go to
go.
33. I'm adding going to SMCI for the break of 33. This one is, I'm
back.
very reckless
I'm
today.
back in Google. I'm back in Google to 165.90.
MSTR. STR is not bad. It's not
There we
great.
go.
SMCI is also. Yeah, it's coming back up. Come on, come on, come on. All right, MSTR is popping up. Hopefully SMCI is also coming up. I'm getting out of MSTR, guys. I'm getting out of MSTR. This is crazy. I shouldn't have chased it over there.
I'm looking for 166.50 on Google.
MSTR again.
Just selling some here, 166.33. But I'm still hoping we get move up to 50. There's a big order here. It's going there. It's going there. Come on, baby.
Let's see if SMCI can do another break of high of the day. I'm long SMCI. She's also not good, 32.60.
Almost everything's green. It's looking good.
Yeah, SPY is going up. Who is leading the SPY? Which sector is leading the SPY? Is it the financials? I think IWM is up again.
Good question.
Yeah, consumer staples and financials are.
Yeah, it looks like consumer staples, industrials are pretty good. Healthcare is pretty good. My XLV trade is good.
All right, let's see if SMCI is going to go up, guys. I'm long SMCI. That says 32.60. Let's see if we can go to 33. Rand, what the big? Oh, there you go. This bootcamp says. Oh, there you
go. Reddit's is coming up here.
Come on, break of 33 on SMCI. She's a round number. Should be some big ask stacking up.
Yeah, there you go. Nice breakout.
SMCI. This is the last push.
There's a big order there, 133.
Yeah, that's what we want, hopefully.
Or 33, I should say.
There you go. So now you can see it.
It's going there. Come on.
There you go. It's stacking up at 33. There you go. Popping up,
there
selling here on the SMCI.
Nice. Nice.
Tesla is acting very weirdly.
Yeah, it's really super choppy.
Yeah.
mRNA hitting the scanner, SMCI.
DJT also, Tron Media is also.
What's one of that?
User 596. Right, so let's see. I'm in SMCI. SMCI is really popping up nicely. Made the losses back on it.
I'm out of Google. I'm getting out of Google. not sure. It looks like it's struggling here. So that was, at least I got another.
Did anyone
Got a
took
revenge trade.
Google SMCI with Paris and I? Did anyone took that?
I actually took it too. I snuck it in there. There's been a lot.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of
32.
stuff going on today. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, my loss on MSTR was really bad. I gave all the profit back, but this SMCI is pretty good. Let's see. Whenever there's such a good day like this, I usually don't do good. SMCI, super interesting. Tesla is doing nothing. IWM is still running up.
I kind of looking at Tesla, thinking it's gonna lose PDC. It's got some orders at 338. Kind of thinking about. There it is. It's lost it. Tried to get into. Tried to get back into some puts on Tesla, and I didn't get an entry. Dang, damn it! God, that would have been like $1 right there. Oh well.
I'm adding a little bit more on SMCI, although I don't know if it's a good idea to add on it or not. So kind of extend that for the next pop. SMCI is very strong. I'm adding a little bit more on that. Let's see if we can get another high of the day. Scalping like 20, 30 cents. Partialing here at 33.50. Yeah, 33.60. This might go to 34.
There is an order at 34 on Bookmap. There's also an order at 35.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to go higher, those ones.
Jow, I really missed out on that Tesla short. Damn.
I'm long SMCI, guys, fairly big size. I want to see if we can get to 33.70 maybe, partialing out a little bit here. SMCI kind of saved me for the day. What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA is sold off, huh?
NVIDIA sold off. It's kind of holding there. It looks like SMCI wants to make it to 34.
Oh, 34. Yeah, it wants 34. SMCI wants 34. Good for Paris. He got it very early.
Good for Paris. Paris is awesome.
Here, what did you do? Got to stop out on AMD.
He's got perfect hair.
Did we touch 31? Yes.
Nice, Pally.
Wow, SMCI. Wow, I'm so happy that I jumped in there. Paris, what did you do?
Yeah,
very
no
nice.
kidding, eh?
Unbelievable. We are so back, guys.
Absolutely.
Great trading, guys, on SMCI. I'm so proud of everybody. Wow, SMCI is amazing, guys.
Yeah, right through 134. And now there's some orders here, 134.50, 135. There's an order down underneath this now. So Q's rejected right at R3. Tesla's coming back up. Nvidia's coming back up.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, I really missed. I knew that was going to break down as soon as it tested. It was retesting that PDC. I just didn't get it. Didn't get aggressive enough with the price on that puts. Back in a second.
Bitcoin 97,000 to the moon. Guys, to the moon. All right, so SMCI is dropping. My average on SMCI is 32.85. Most likely we're gonna get a stopped out. Yeah, it's gonna do a 920 trade.
All right, SMCI pulling back to the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. Tesla went green. You're looking good, man.
Who, me?
Yeah, with all those nice new teeth.
Yeah. Tesla is coming back up, huh? Tesla is interesting. I'm gonna get a long on Tesla. Let's see if Tesla is popping up. I'm gonna get a long on Tesla. 30, 41, 50. You're not in this with me.
No, I'm not chasing it around here.
Yeah, Tesla is kind of super choppy, but let's see if we can get a breakout toward the high of the day. All right, SMCI is coming down to my break-even point, guys. I'm getting out completely on SMCI. So I'm all out of SMCI. There might be a 920 trade on it if it comes to 2-minute chart at the 20 moving average. Let's see if Tesla can break the high today. SPY is still strong. All right, here we go. Let's see if Tesla is going to go back to high of the day, R3. I'm long Tesla, guys, at 341.58.
All right, no positions for me right now. Had a pretty decent morning. PLTR, SMCI, Google, and Tesla.
Let's see if Tesla can break off high today, guys. I'm long Tesla. Nice.
Might be Tesla might be a good short at 143.40 area.
So you mean 343? Tesla?
340. Sorry, yeah, 343. Yeah, it's where it failed
at our
before,
trio.
and that's
Don't
our
say that.
three. Yeah. Well,
Brian,
we get
don't
up,
say that.
get another buck. Be happy. Get another buck.
What about setting calls on NVIDIA? 142 calls. No, that's
The 142 calls.
No.
They're
145.
Let's just see what kind of are you talking about
80
expiring and
Today.
ended today? Yeah, zero DTEs as they call them.
144.
Stupid. It's pissing me off here.
44. Because I already have 147 calls as a protection. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's no
yeah, I don't think
volatility.
NVIDIA is super strong, huh? All right, let's see if Tesla can break up half today, guys. I'm long heavy Tesla. Let's go. Let's go. Anyone long Tesla with me? YouTube chat. Matt, what do we got at 10? Michigan expectation.
10 o'clock, we have 9:45. We have services and manufacturing PMI numbers. So that's that's already come and gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's already out.
Yes.
It's fundamental news.
Yeah, it's already. Yeah, it's all done. There's a lot of open interest expiring today, right around 145 on NVIDIA.
That's a very important level. Okay, so 343 on Tesla is popping up. So now Tesla is kind of around 1-to-1 risk to reward for me. So I'm partialing some. I have a big size on Tesla, 343. Let's see if you can go for the high of the day.
Interesting. Come on. Excuse me.
Well, let's see if Tesla can break off half today. Then we die a rich man. SMCI did a very nice 920 bounce back. Walmart is hitting this scanner. Let's see what's up with them. Walmart is on high on Walmart. Yeah, Jesus, Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart's crazy, eh?
A great company.
Yeah.
Right.
They're terrible.
Tesla is back to my break-even point, guys. I am getting stopped out on Tesla.
They're
I have to get a stopped out. I'm out of Tesla, guys. It bounced back. It's choppy. So my biggest loss was an MSTR. So I got destroyed on MSTR, but overall it's a profitable day for me so far. I do have, yesterday I bought this 147 calls on NVIDIA and I paid $1.39. So overall for $14,000. So I'm down $11,000 and this guy's going to expire worthless. So that's another loss on it. But overall, turned out to be good. Thanks to SMCI, I made all the losses back. So I'm pretty good. So $22,000, probably those $14,000 loss on NVIDIA, I have to deduct it, and it's a decent day.
Decent day.
Yeah, I'm out of Tesla. Yes, I'm all out of Tesla.
Q's and SPY. I was tempted to short it right around that 344 level, but it didn't quite get there. What was it 343.50? Didn't quite get there. That would have been the right place to short it, because that's where it failed before this morning, and that's R3. So let's see what else is going on.
SPY is still green. Qs are kind of not green. IWM money is flowing in there. Mara is nothing. Snow is garbage. Piton is still a company.
Yeah, apparently.
Piton went down $2, huh? Back now. Jesus, man, this company was $150.
I know, eh?
So many people got billionaire.
Yeah.
So many people got billionaire on this. Tesla is going up.
It's back at high game.
Yeah, Tesla. Yeah, I'm not in there, but Tesla's really squeezing people now. Yeah.
What does it look like? Yeah, it's got here's an order at 345.
Yeah, I'm kind of down with my day. I don't want to jump in again, but it could be a case for it to jump back into the momentum long. Kind of down with it.
345 calls expiring today. They're 260. So it could be $3 in that.
Yeah, aspiring. So the 145 for NVIDIA is, the question is, Brian, why 145 is important? Because first of all, it's a round number. Right now it's around VWAP. And also, there's a lot of open interest of options activity in there. So that makes, that makes an impact. I don't think it's like religiously important, but it's something to, look at, have an eye on that.
And it's quite often when the options market is telling you there's a lot of, when we say open interest, it means contracts. So an option is basically a contract. And if there's a lot of contracts that have been written, so in other words, like Andrew bought whatever the NVIDIA contract, the 347.50s, or what did you buy? 147s? But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of contracts that have been written at 145, which shows where the option market thinks things are gonna, and often they try to settle it with, there's this theory about max pain. The market makers try to move the stock price where the most amount of options expire worthless in terms of dollar value, because the market makers are the ones that are quite often doing most of the contract writing. So they're the ones that are selling you the contract. So Andrew probably would have bought that contract from a market maker. Not necessarily, but a large majority of them.
MSTR most of them are market makers.
Yeah.
Yeah, MSTR is kind of difficult. I had my biggest loss in MSTR. It's very difficult to trade it. It's super volatile. The spreads are so big, and it's just very difficult to trade it. Whatever algos are trading it, it's just super scary. Tesla was nice.
Kind of leaking off here. Again, if you're interested in if you're interested in options, you can check out my book on how to trade options on Amazon, and that's the title.
Yeah,
How to
that's
Trade
very
Options
good.
by Brian Pisson. Yeah, I cover
Let's
a
take
lot of
that.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link here on YouTube as well. So if anyone wants to see that here, we also have a full option course in Trading Terminal for free, and also in Variable Traders. So it goes through all the basics and stuff.
Yeah, my book covers the basics and also some strategies that you can use to trade, both swing trade and day trade.
All right, buddy. NVIDIA, I told you let's sell some NVIDIA calls. You said no, Brian. See?
Yeah.
This is,
I looked at them. The 150s were only like 8 cents. There wasn't really much left in them for today. Yeah, you could have. Well,
NVIDIA could
even
be a
though
good reversal. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm looking at a potential reversal on NVIDIA. Let them sell off. My new book? Well, I have to take some ADHD pills to finish it because my ADHD is going out of control. So I'm actually taking some ADHD pills. Like today, the plan is after my workout, some ADHD pills and work on it. I'm really getting like very, very, just the focus has been very difficult for me. Especially writing a book requires a lot of attention, taking the screenshots and making sure it's good. I have a really good editor and it's much easier with ChatGPT for editing and stuff, but these are technical books, you have to have really nice screenshots and, stuff. And I don't want to publish a very low quality book anymore. So hopefully before I go to Colombia,
Are you still using Darren?
I still use Darren, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, so S3 on NVIDIA is at 142.30, potential reversal there. Hopefully by New Year. So the subject of the book, Scott, is about building the trade book. Like how, first two books, I talk about the strategies. But a lot of people, what we realize is actually they have difficulty executing the strategy because, the strategy is only one thing, understanding the stock that you want to trade, identification of the trade before you execute that, and then the trade management, and then the psychology element of it. These are all comes into something we call a trade book. So I can tell you what opening range breakout is, but in this book, I want to explain to you when to take the opening range breakout and when not to take the opening range breakout. So I go through two of the strategies. I go deep into the opening range breakout, and I want to talk about the 920 in there, which we didn't explain in the previous books. And then, but again, the goal is not only to show you two strategies. The goal is to walk you through step by step of how to create a trade. That's what we do in the Peak Capital Trading Bootcamp. And then I want to actually put some of the examples of really good traders that they had the PCT, so you can actually see their trade book, how they build it, the strategy for themselves. So that's the idea of the book. So we'll see how it goes. NVIDIA is at 142.80, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm just seeing if maybe there's some bottoming action here. There's still some orders at 142.50 and 142, but this is S3 is 142.30. So we're getting kind of close to an area where there should be some support.
NVIDIA bounce back from here. If NVIDIA goes down to S3, I might actually consider taking a long on it, but I'd rather to stay out of the game for now.
All right. I took a small long position with options on it. There were 44 calls for 64 cents. I'm just that it's
Target is target got destroyed, but it's kind of recovering, huh?
Yeah, it probably, like I said, he got oversold. Ah, shit. Nvidia didn't find a bottom there. You have to get out of these.
Yeah, Nvidia is going to keep going down, guys. Let's see. Looking at Nvidia potential S3 142.30. Nvidia 142.30 could be a place to take a reversal.
Let's see if it fills.
Nvidia below 140, yeah, possible to go. Yes, it seems super weak now, dropped 3%.
I think it'd be unlikely. I mean, it's yesterday's low is above that.
Nothing surprised me about this market anymore. Things are unlikely. Like nothing is in this market. Hey, by the way, guys, anyway, everybody who comes to Colombia, we have a very important meeting today at the close at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you probably get an invitation. So it's very important to come to get some really good information before our trip. If you are you didn't get the email, just let me know. I traded on my Starlink yesterday. It was pretty good. Yeah, I did not trading, but I did took something on. It was pretty nice. Very, very interesting. It comes in batches, like sometimes you're really good, and then hangs, and then because I think the data is coming like in batches. Yeah, it is working. You're Colombia, email me. You should be in there. I can send you the invitation. It's at 4 p.m. Eastern time, right at the market close.
Okay, so now I'm getting a bit of a move up on NVIDIA. Here we go. Nice.
Yeah, NVIDIA bounced back right from that level. Didn't give us the opportunity to jump in. SMCI kind of died down. MSTR is MSTR is going up.
Yeah, MSTR is bouncing here. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's actually it's high of day now. What's Bitcoin do now?
Bitcoin is 98.50, coming back up. We might see 100,000 now. I want to see the history. I want to see that number. I hope that.
Yeah, you see, it always makes those big moves at weird hours. Utilities and energy, big winners this week. Just about, well, every sector this week is in the green.
Good. Every day should be like this.
Yeah.
Every day should be like this. MSTR is popping up. That's what the move I wanted to get on MSTR. I got chopped up really bad. Did I lose money on MSTR? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Wolf. is hitting the scatter. What is wolf? Is it an animal or is it stock? Wolf is speed.
It was I noticed it was on the gap down list.
Miner, but it's not with the U. It's actually with the O. So it's actually like the animal.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So it's actually
Wolf is another
W-O.
one.
Yeah. I know WULF was
All
was
these
down.
companies. Jesus, man, these companies are unbelievable. So many billionaires are being made, and I am not one of them. Yeah, it's slow, guys. Let's see what's happening. MSTR was a nice long. That was very nice. I mean, Paris did a really nice trade on it. I jumped in a little late, but I still made really good money on it. I jumped in this consolidation. I wish that I was watching it if I was watching it, I didn't watch it. I don't have enough screen. I would have probably gone around 31.26 for the high pre-market and stuff. So I would have probably took it around this level. I just didn't see it. I was trading just on MSTR. But that was really nice. What a bounce on MSTR.
Yeah. It's funny, the screensaver that came up on my one computer is with Tape, which is where we're going.
Yeah, Shala, you gotta also be careful of your share size. Like I took like 2,000, 3,000 shares and I had a big loss on it. It moves very, very significantly, like $10 in a matter of seconds. So position sizing is super important on these guys because it's super. All right, so this is super interesting day because we're gonna have Paris come on and talk about his trades on SMCI and how he traded that, and it's very interesting because because today was an amazing day.
Today was a good day.
Today was a really good day. Hey guys, now that we don't have any trade and we have some time, I want to ask people in the chat and in YouTube, I want to hire an executive producer for our YouTube show. I want to take our YouTube show like potentially on a full day live and something similar to some of the channels that they have a lot of things, live trading, content, news and everything, a combination of like something like a Bloomberg, Trader TV Live, Prof G Markets or something like that. Is there anyone who is interested? And so, the executive producer should be, overviewing everything, hiring, content creator and everything. So someone who actually runs the show with Brent and Peter and Carlos. So Peter, Carlos, Brian, and I would be just some of the actors and anchors, and somebody who run the whole orchestra. So anyone is interested, I'd rather to have someone from the community with experience of creating these kind of shows, because I'm not that kind of guy. So I know myself, I'm not really good detailed manager. I can trade for 1 hour, 2 hours, but when it comes into really running a very powerful YouTube live, because I think what we have is amazing. Like if we can structure our YouTube in a way that we have news, contents, some fun, live trading and everything, it would be super unique. And there is potential to growth on that, but I need expertise. I know I'm not that kind of guy. So I'm happy to devote myself like 2 hours of live trading and commentary and stuff. But again, we need a team of support. if anyone is interested, I'm hiring. This could be good salary as well. I have a good budget for it. I can send you the job posting. So I can send you the job posting. See if anyone interested. You can apply on LinkedIn. So we can review that.
SMCI really took a bit of a nosedive here.
The question is, how do I?
Yeah, that would be cool to do to really up the show.
Yeah, that
Email
would be
is
super nice.
it's
But the
Andrew at
problem again,
Variable Traders.
yeah, Android Variable Traders, and the tricky part here is because we can't really expect Peter to do that. Peter is retired, so he's doing it for fun. He loves it, but he's not really.
He's an old guy. He's taking a nap right now. So
yeah, I don't think I understand that. Like, you can't expect Peter to do that. Like, or Carlos doesn't have an experience in the news media. So, and they are, they can't do everything. So, let me find is it this one? Let me find the link and set it here. If anyone is interested, obviously it's a very good 6-figure salary for it. It's not something.
I'm not dead yet, damn it.
Sure. Copy link.
I'm still here.
Let's see if this one is. How are you, sir? Oh, this is
I'm great. I heard you maligning my name. I had to come back and defend myself.
We were saying good stuff about you.
That's from Monty Python.
I'm not dead yet.
Bring out
that
your-
is. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
Yeah, I knew I recognized that from somewhere. I feel happy.
Tesla didn't do nothing. Brian, what's the Tesla doing?
Tesla is it's above S3, but it's kind of choppy. It's just been chopping around here for the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, kind of between 242 and 244 or 344. SMCI had a nice little sell-off there. Took a quick short on that while you were chatting.
On SMCI?
Yeah. Had a bit of a drop there.
That is a little bit tricky, SMCI. We're thinking market seems like kind of a slowdown.
Yeah.
Where is the party?
I think it's
NVIDIA.
Well, it's Friday.
Yeah.
It's right. It's Friday. I think people are. It's getting kind of into some Friday price action, but the one thing markets are looking a little bit weak. Qs are red. SPY is looking like it's heading there. Like you said, IWM is still pretty robust, and the Dow is doing okay.
Let's see. NVIDIA, if it sells off to S3, might be a potential bounce on it. S3 is at 142.30, and then there is another level at 140.72. Will be interesting to see what's going to happen. Airbnb is hitting the scanner.
Let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla looks like it's there's no real levels that are standing out here except maybe 345.
So Kasim is asking, what does S3 mean? S3 is a support based on the pivot points. So it's a calculation that your trading platform put it in there. So S3 is 4. And then we have resistant R3 and R4 as well. So these are based on the previous day close, open and high, some mathematical calculations. that you can actually have it. I wasn't using it until Thor started introducing these ones into our community, and I use the 3S4 and R3 and R4. 1 and 2
Yeah.
usually it's not that important. All right, so let's see, Paris. How did you trade on the SMCI? So SMCI was quite interesting today. SMCI is a troubled company. So back in I think October 30th was that the auditor said, "Hey, I'm not going to have anything with this." The Ernst and Young, they quit on that, and then it really sold off significantly from the close of 49 went all the way down to 17, and then it bounced back because they couldn't file their financials, and obviously this is very, very bad news for the company. But it seems that it's recovering very nicely, and these are some crazy moves, like from 17 to 30 for a company of that size. Today was again gapping up, so it looks like it has recovered the issues of the delisting with the exchange, and it was an amazing 1 minute opening range breakup. Obviously, I didn't take it. I was trading these other stocks. Came down, and this pullback I started going long, and then I eventually took a long from 32.60 to 34.40, which is a really amazing move, in which you got to stop that. One person who actually traded that very nicely was Paris.
They said they just said they've come up with a new auditor, so it looks like maybe they're going to get their financials filed. And the issue is, if the exchange doesn't get the financials in a timely fashion, they'll kick them off the exchange, and that'll be really bad because a lot of the funds that hold this company will then have to sell their stock, because quite often these funds have mandates and they can't hold delisted stocks or stocks that are trading in a junior exchange. Anyway, go ahead.
No, I mean that's very important. You got to keep the integrity of the capital market. You got to file your financials. So this is the Paris trade. This is what Paris traded. So again, this was if I was watching it, this would have been the kind of trade that I would take. So as you see my screen, I also sent it to Brent to take a look at it. So you went long, and then you had this pre-market high level. So you start partialing, and then in this pullback would have been a very nice place to add. Usually Paris adds very nice on these pullbacks, and then again I jumped in around this consolidation, this kind of ABCD pattern, and then took the next trade on that. So this is really nice. But the question is how Paris actually can see this kind of pattern. He's a really good trader. Paris trades a little bit different from us. He looks at the chart pattern as well as order flow, the time and sells, and I think he's probably, in my opinion, is one of the best traders that understands the order flow. He has a course, for a couple of years that a lot of traders have taken it, and I only heard the great things. Like I know S&P Capital also has a course on tape, but the people who took both recommended this one more to me. So I think this is one of the really, really nice courses that you understand. So Paris is going to come, and he's going to talk about what he saw in order flow, and we learn from it. So Paris, are you online?
Yes, I am, Andrew.
Where are you, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Great trading, huh?
Good. Yeah, thank you. SMCI was one of those tickers that I was watching yesterday. I traded yesterday as well. I caught the move from 27 to 31 yesterday, and today I was actually looking for 35, and I was detailing it out in my the mic time that I have during the afternoon time, and I was detailing it that it can actually go to 35 very easily, and I was watching that very closely today to capture that move on the upside. So
nice.
So how did you trade?
So let me So Brent, do you see my screen? Yes, I think I see the screen.
Yeah.
So today what I want to talk about is, yes, there was a thesis behind it, but what do you want to see to have a conviction to be able to trade that? And for me, the conviction comes from the tape. So before I get into the tape today, this is one thing that I'm going to showcase live on what do you want to see in front of you on the order flow side, or rather the time and sales side and the level 2 side. Before I get into that thing, I want to showcase on what the levels were interacting yesterday, I traded SMCI from 27. And why did I trade from 27? First of all, there is a news. Fundamentally, the stock is broken. There was a news about the auditor quitting. They couldn't report. There was a chances that this could be delisted, but it's now they have a new auditor, and the news that dropped the price now being back, they're able to bring up an auditor, and hopefully they'll be able to file their reports very soon to be able to be authenticated in the world of public trading. So 27 was yesterday we were talking about it. The trend on the downside was actually changed after it claimed the 27 area. So this was the price action point where you're looking at the chart, understanding those levels. So 27 was the area where I was looking at, and 3050 was the pre-market high at those areas. And those are the important levels that I want to track: the previous day high and the previous day overall high that I want to track. So 27 to 3050 was the area that I was targeting. I was able to capture that. But now what do I see today? Today what I see is the stock is actually gapping up, and it's holding an important, it's gapping up above an important resistance area, which a simple fundamental rule of price action is that anything that as resistance gets broken, it becomes a support. And that's the very simple rule of price action. And what do I want to see? I cannot just blindly go long just thinking that, okay, this resistance is broken, now I'm going to go long. What do I want to see on the order flow, or what do I want to see on things that confirms my thesis? And the confirmation of the thesis comes in through the tape and through the things that, okay, I have a plan that if 3050 holds, I would really want to get into this position. And if that thing confirms, I would want to capitalize on it. And it has a very good chance to go to 35. So that was the initial thesis behind me on trading SMCI, and they do have that in my watch list that I posted on the chat room daily. So now let me bring you on the tape recording, and I have a recording in front of me. Let me bring that up. So if you see, this is the recording of SMCI. Okay, this is the SMCI 1 minute chart, and I'm gonna just let's see when the market opens. So the market just opened. Let's go a little bit back. So market just opened right now, 9:30. Now, one thing that I want you to see is how you see all these red prints right here, 563. Now you will see something. You see this? It would drop to 563. So sorry, 3063, 3069. See, you see all the red prints right here, 3069, all the things. Why? There are so many red prints, but the stock isn't dropping. There are so many red prints. Now my thesis is, for me to go long, I have my areas of, or my checklist of trading is, I want the trend to be not on the downside. If I'm long biased, I want the trend to be on the upside. So I see all these moving averages. There's a lot of additional resistance. I like to see some confirmation that it's breaks on the upside. But what do I see? Though I'm long biased on this thing and I see my 3050 as an area, I'm still not taking a long. I'm just looking for more confirmation that if the stock is giving me more confirmation to go long on this particular trade. So it did pop up. It did showcase a little bit of, now you see a little bit of resistance there just because of these moving averages. Now I'm waiting. Now I'm seeing if it holds this area, I'll be very interested. I want this stock to hold it. And how do I see a hold? I see this red prints right here. You see all the red prints right here. There are so many red prints passing through, like 76, 64, 64, 60, 63. You see the 63, the second it drops 63, 69, it immediately bids up. And all these red prints, when you see this price processing like 700 shares, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, the price would have easily, see 2,000 shares right here, 3067. You see all these prices moving in front of you, it should have easily dropped by now. Like if they were not buyers, they were actually the sellers and they were slamming the bids, it would have dropped by now. But just because of the volume being done and these cases, it is it is crazy on how this volume is not leading to the drop. It is actually holding the price. So now it held the 3063. Now what I'm doing, I'm actually waiting for it to confirm further. Now it kept holding. Now I'm looking for it to break the resistance areas, and then actually go think about getting into a long position. And yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was looking, you keep seeing all these red prints, but the stock is not dropping, and that's one of the concepts in tape reading, which is called as a held bid. And the area that I saw a buyer was 3064, 3063 area. And the second it stepped up, now what do I want to see? Now when it stepped up, it tries to step up with very quick offers getting lifted very quickly. The area that was actually selling, then as soon as the offer lifts around that area, that's where I would want to go long. And as you can see, it tries to hold, and if it steps up, now it's holding. Now I'm going long. Now this is a very high confirmation for me, and now it gives me more confirmation that if it holds here, and I see higher and higher ask here. Now if you see, there is higher ask, which I think Andrew looks at this particular higher ask on the higher prices. That's a very high indication that the price is going to go higher. I'm watching more on the time and sales. I am seeing all the the white prints being printed. You know how much of white prints got printed after it popped up? That's a very, very strong signal of the real buyers, or because white prints are actually the algorithms or the big institutions. You cannot get, or you cannot, as a retail trader, you cannot get in between the bid and the ask. You basically hit the bids or hit the ask. You have to be very quick to hit between the bid and the ask. And these are institutions or the algorithms that are trading. And when you see something like big institutions taking over those positions, they'll start hitting between the bid and the ask just to lift the price very quickly overall. And that's where you see that you're riding the boat on an institution's back. And that's where the institutions are getting in. You ride the boat, and then the next phase is you're on the driver's seat. And then what you have to do is just ride the boat and just look for, keep scaling out keep buying, scaling out on the positions, and keep adding in as and when the stock is getting confirmed. And one of the things that I want to showcase on how, the stock, I started scaling out. Now I'm looking for areas to get back in. The stock is going to continue trending higher until proven guilty. So if the stock continues to hold at higher price, and this is where I think Andrew participated as well, where it was trying to hold at these prices, 32, but I didn't go in at all those areas. I want to see, multiple confirmations on the hold to be able to confirm that the stock is going to move higher. And that's again today on SMCI, the stock was actually the way the institutions were trading were based on the held bid steps higher, the red print step higher. You see this 3250, every single time it drops, the red prints show up, and then it keeps lifting again. That it drops below 3250, and then it keeps lifting again. You see 3250, now all the red prints that you're seeing, the price isn't dropping. And when you have these kind of volume and the price isn't dropping, even though the bids are being slammed, you have to get in. You have to add more to the position. And those are the areas. 3250, 3240 area was a very strong area there. Every single time it dropped the 3250, it was bought back up. And I'm targeting that I'm trying to use that buyer to my advantage. And the second I get in, it moves another 30-40 cents, and then it continues overall higher. And that's where you can pinpoint your entries and exits with a great risk reward. Like you found an exact buyer at 3250 or exact buyer at 30-60 area where it's immediately stepped up. You're increasing your risk reward exponentially because you can pinpoint your entries and exits very quickly. And that's the whole game of the risk reward or the risk management, that you're able to pinpoint it, get better entries. And there's also one thing that helps with the tape which is called as an MFE, which is called as maximum favorable excursion. That when you enter on a trade, how much do you have to hold it on a loss before it moves in your favor? And that's what does the stock immediately moves in your favor, or does it moves, you have to wait, it comes below and then goes up? And that's again another test of how good of a trader are you. If the stock immediately moves in your favor, you're always on a driver's seat. And in this case, I was always on my driver's seat. I was never hesitant of it going against me. It was always, I was just riding and scaling out on the position. That's how it should be on a day-to-day basis. That's where you are getting better as a trader. Yeah, so that's how it that's how you can trade on any stock using the tape. Of course, the price action and thesis comes into place, but execution has to come from a real confirmation, and you can go bigger when you have those confirmations. So yeah, that's food for thought for me on the today's trade on SMCI.
Are there any questions in chat? Paris, do you have chat open?
From the YouTube chat,
YouTube or the BBT chat?
I have the BBT chart open. So Harvey Shane, there's a lot of concepts on the tape reading. Is what does red prints mean? What does green prints mean? What does white prints mean? What does blue prints mean? What are orange prints mean? And not red prints doesn't mean that it's a sell, or green prints don't mean it's a buy. You have to understand the context of it. And there's a full-fledged, it's a 15-16 hour course on Trading Terminal if you want to check it out, where I detail about with real live examples on how you can identify a held bid scenario, how you can identify a held offer scenario, how you can identify the institutions between those white prints. There are very, very clear concepts that you absolutely want to master or understand on the reading order flow standpoint. And you get you should be able to pinpoint your entries and exits overall. So Sanders, there are no hotkeys for these techniques. Hotkeys are as it's the skill that you want to develop, which is about reading the tape. The tape is a skill. It's an art of trading. You want to understand how to read the tape. So thesis combined with the tape, Archie. The thesis has to conform with the tape, because tape is going to be there. There are going to be transactions happening, and you would be able to capture the meat of the move only when you have thesis backed by the tape confirming that the buyers are actually stepping in. So yeah, so I hope anybody else took trade on SMCI today. It was a very clear signal on SMCI.
It's great. Aris, right now, what do you see on Tesla? Tesla seems like a huge breakout. So if I want to go long on it now, so what I see is at the level, I see a lot of red orders, but they're absorbing the price. That's what I'm looking for. Yes.
Yeah, but the trend is all on the they're every single time the buyer is actually that the buyer is, there are multiple indications. There's not one thing, because currently what I see is the offers keep lifting. I don't see a clear hell bid scenario. What I see is there's a lot of white prints, and also the offers keep lifting on the price.
You're talking about the Tesla or SMCI now?
I'm talking about Tesla.
Tesla, yeah. So on Tesla, so the pattern is very bullish to me. And as you said, the asks are going higher and higher. What do you see in order flow? For example, what's your situation of order flow right now? If someone wants to go long or short.
Yeah, currently I wouldn't recommend shorting it. Again, for a temporarily, it could see like with the order flow, what is happening right now. So currently, what I see is it's trying to hold the price, and it's actually looking for trying to hold the price on and actually go higher. But from a price action standpoint, I wouldn't go long either at this point. Though the tape is more bullish, but see that 351.52, it was trying to hold, and now it's trying to pop up. And that's what you want to see. But 352 has to lift on this game. Now 352 lifted. And overall, it's a very bullish price action, or rather bullish tape on this point. But you just never know, because just because the price action is extended, the bids would slam and they would pull back and then they would start going higher.
Interesting. Yeah, that's super interesting. Yeah. Well, that's great. Great to know. So what we should do is, if anyone wants to learn more, should definitely look at the Paris course. It's amazing that you have this video recording, and I know that you update your course based on these video recordings and examples and everything. So that's actually quite impressive. It takes a lot of energy and time to record and edit and then put a course in there, and then this is amazing. Has anyone in the chat taken course of Paris? What has been your experience? Just be honest. Yeah, that's great. I mean, sometimes you learn one small thing, and then that can pay for the whole course, and a lot of mistakes on that. Like, for example, a lot of people say, "Why should I pay for DAS?" Or why should I pay for a scanner or bookmap or something like that. Like, you don't have to, but sometimes the cost of the service with just one single trade, you can make $2,000 and pays for a whole trade idea as a scanner for the year, or $200, $150 for the DAS. I mean, it's a little bit painful, but sometimes a good execution and really good robust platform can pay for it. So same as Paris course. I think, how much is it now with the discount? Is like less than $1,000. It's just, if you learn one thing from it and you take one trade, it pays for itself. So
yeah, and this is the best time if you want to explore that like learn it. It's a holiday season, Thanksgiving season. Learn it, get ready for the new year, get a new skill under your skill umbrella, and learn from it. This is the best price you'll get all year round, just with the Black Friday sale that is going on right now. It's a full 50% off. Try that out. As far as you wanna, I do not recommend it if you are very new to trading. If you are just starting out, do not get into this. It's just gonna make it more confusing and more complex. I've created this course with an assumption that you understand the basic support, resistance, and price actions. I don't go over the basic things overall. This is an advanced topic. But if you have 2 to 3 months under your board and you understand the basic price action, I think that's where you wanna get exposed to it.
Yeah, that's a good point, because Gary L also mentioned that in the chat and said, you have at least 6 months under your belt. You have to know some of the basics. Like, you have to be comfortable by, your platform. You have to know how to, execute a trade. You should have a trade book. And then this advanced course is more like learning a new indicator that help you in your execution. So that's a very good point. If same as Peak Capital Bootcamp or funded account, if you're just right off the bat and you just finished the book and you want to get into that, it might be a little bit too overwhelming for you. You'll get there. And trading is the game of patience. You have to go through the process. Paris has been trading for, I know, at least 2016 with us. 2017. I know, I have a picture of 2017 with him. I myself trading over 10 years, Brian. It's a long process. You come and see how these guys trade, but it comes from a lot of experience. It's like a very experienced art performance. Like, have you been to Cirque du Soleil and stuff? They do crazy things and stuff, and you do so you can do it too. But these guys are experienced. They've practiced a lot. So this is really a performance. And like professional athletes, like you see basketball players, the things that they do, it all comes with practice and time. So you have to be patient. And if you don't have the time for it, then don't do the trading. A lot of people say, hey, I quit my job. Okay, I need money. Okay, what should I do? Like, no, that's not how it works. You have to get another job. I had another job until 2019. Paris had a job. I think you do work and stuff. So a lot of our traders that I know are not full-time traders. I know Lenny is a full-time trader. John and Mike, obviously, they're retired. Peter is semi-retired. So a lot of people have something on the side. Brian have a coffee shop, has a consulting company. So nobody's really full-time trader.
Yeah.
Any question for Paris? And YouTube guys? So Daniel is asking, what's the code size that you make the highlight? Is there anything on that?
No, I do not highlight it. On the level 2, I do. So if you on the level 2, I do have anything more than 90 lots. I highlight them just to get an idea that this is a big lot that is actually waiting to be filled. So it becomes easier with the eyes. But I do not add any filter to the time and sales. I absolutely want to see if the institutions are trading, if the retail traders are trading. I want to see. Usually, retail traders' quote sizes would always be in the multiple of 23, 45, 60. But when institutions are trading, especially with the white prints, you'll see some big quotes coming up: 10,000 shares, 20,000 shares. And I want to see if I'm backing up on an institution, or is just a retail pressure that's moving the price. So I do not put any filter on the time and sales. A lot of people do, but I want to see the context, and the context matters. Like what is happening at this price, and then what is happening immediately after that. And that's why I can bet on the fact that it is going to continue in the upcoming future as well. So, Sophie,
Yeah,
you have a
absolutely.
question. Can you please be more specific about the preliminary requirements of knowledge in your webpage? Like, is it sufficient to read? And yeah, of course. First of all, you don't have to be profitable to take this course. You have to understand the basics. If you've read Andrew's book, that's what basic is all about. You understand the patterns, you understand the support and resistances, and you understand the basics of price action. And it doesn't have to be crazy, good enough to be able to prove yourself that you're profitable, because profitability is like this skill learning was what's going to increase your risk reward, which is leading to the profitability side of it.
It's freaking Tesla, man. Look at that. This is freaking Tesla. So, Paris,
Yeah.
how do people can get in touch with you if you have questions? Your email is paris@bearabletraders.com, yes?
That is correct. Yeah. Reach out to me at
And
paris@bearabletraders.com. And yeah,
your
my
course is coming with mentorship too. I know in Sundays you have mentorship sessions
yes.
for the people who have courses. What does that include?
So with the course, what you get is every week you have a weekly mentorship review, which is we don't talk about the tape, but we talk about the big picture understanding on what environment we are from a big picture standpoint. A good opening range break up would not work in a bearish environment, and same with vice versa. So we want to understand every single week on what environment are we in, and what did we learn from the past week, and what is the upcoming opportunities coming up in the future. And that's what we prepare on a weekly basis, and that's where I do a mentorship on every Sunday, and which is also recorded. So if you want to visit later, you can visit that. And also there is a monthly meeting that happens, and which is where we only talk, which is only about, I'll bring up a recording, we'll learn from the recording on what do we see, what do we not see, what do you want to see, and how do we interpret that is flowing in front of us. Apart from just the course, you all get the weekly and monthly mentorship, and also a private Discord group you get access to. So you can always be a part of the Discord and have if you have any questions or anything, you can always ask in the group.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, buddy. What do you think about Tesla? Tesla is going to go to 360.
Man,
I think,
Tesla is going. Tesla is
unbelievable,
going.
man. Unbelievable. And I think Bitcoin is going to probably go to 100,000 soon as well. Like Bitcoin is also running up. This is history.
Tesla.
This is really history, guys. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back
I would
to
have
work
taken
or
it.
bed or anything. Just want to watch this craziness. This is crazy. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, guys. If you have any questions from Paris, reach out to Paris. Tesla, can't wait until Tesla. This is crazy, man. Unbelievable. This is from minus 1%, is now 5%. This is going to go to 360. That's for sure. It's the high of this. This is great. All right. Thanks, YouTube guys. We'll see you on Monday morning, and I'll go back into the chat room, guys. Ciao.
Awesome. Have a great weekend, everyone.